We're going to start with Tobii Dynavox. Thank you very much for sponsoring. And Lauren Taylor is going to do a presentation. Lauren, we're on already, and I'm going to start the timer, and you'll see me come back on when we're at about 2 minutes or less. Thanks so much. It's all yours, Lauren. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me get my slides going. So you should be seeing this. Awesome. I'm excited to kick this off. So welcome, everyone. I am so glad to be here today to talking to you all about TD Snap Express. My name is Lauren. I am a learning consultant here at Tobii Dynavox, and in today's demo, we are going to explore TD Snap Express, which is a symbol-supported page set that helps people express their wants and needs using theme-based phrases and words. So this page set provides a very simple and clear solution for effective communication. So by the end of this demo, you will be able to describe who can benefit from TD Snap Express. You will understand its structure and navigation, and you'll be able to identify features that support communication. So TD Snap Express, it lives within the TD Snap platform because we at Tobii Dynavox recognize that there is not this one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to AAC. And therefore, we have this unified experience under the TD Snap platform umbrella that offers easy-to-use editing and customization tools that are consistent across the entire platform. You also have the freedom to choose from a selection of evidence-based page sets supporting different AAC approaches. So from this visual, you can see we have a page set for those with aphasia. We have a text-based option for literate communicators. And here in the middle, we have a wide selection of symbol-supported options. Over here, you can see TD Snap Core First and Motor Plan. These are options that are centered around a robust core vocabulary. So that means that they contain common vocabulary that can be combined to create unique phrases and sentences. And today we're going to be spending time talking about TD Snap Express, which is our newest addition to the platform. So TD Snap Express, this is going to give you a very simple and clear solution for effective communication. It features an intuitive structure and flow because we really want to minimize that learning curve. So let's take a moment to think about who might benefit from this page set. We're actually going to do this today through a few hypothetical communicators. Starting out with James. So James is an adult with an intellectual disability. James was never exposed to core words or literacy skills when he was younger. And in the past, he has used light tech picture communication symbols. So he would use that type of system to communicate basic needs, but he has never had exposure to a high-tech AAC system. James is living in a group home and he wants to communicate easily with his roommates and staff. And so his staff started thinking and they thought, you know, let's explore TD Snap Express because they felt it would be a great solution to try. It's intuitive to use and it's a simple starting point for everyone. It also would allow James to communicate immediately and easily in themed-based context with which he is familiar. So our next communicator is Maria. So Maria is a proud mother of 3 young children. And after serious complications following surgery, she now has a temporary trach and is on a ventilator. So her medical team, their primary concerns are how they can support her. They don't know how long that she will be on the ventilator, but Maria needs a simple communication solution to express her needs during recovery. At the time, while she's in the hospital, her condition makes writing difficult, and therefore typing on a keyboard is pretty exhausting for her. Maria's team in this situation suggested using TD Snap Express on a tablet. So this would give her quick access to important vocabulary and phrases with just a few selections. All right, so now kind of keep those communicators in the back of your mind. Let's take a look at how this page set would work for them. Looking at just basic organization and layout. So TD Snap Express features an 18 position grid size that's broken up into different themes. So at the top, you're going to see some familiar features that are consistent across really any TD Snap page set. We have the message window, the speak, clear, and delete buttons. Here's where you're going to see some differences. So left-hand side, you see pink buttons. These are going to make up the toolbar. So the toolbar is going to feature a chat button. These are going to be those quick conversational phrases. I like to think of chat as, a little bit consistent with the quick fires. You'll see a keyboard, a dashboard. So these are the dashboard is going to house regulation supports, volume controls, and other great tools. Buttons in blue. So this is kind of at the heart of the organization where you can find different themes. So when I say theme, this really means the topic or the context that you might be communicating in. For example, we have a theme for basic needs. So this could be things like hygiene or personal care. We have a social theme for food and drink. I want to reiterate that these can be personalized based on the individual's needs and interests. And if you see here, there are some buttons, wherever you see this little gray triangle in the top right corner of a button, that means that that button will open up or link to an additional page or vocabulary. So when we think about these themes, let's talk about how they're structured. So right now you're looking at the food and drink theme. Here in this theme, or really each theme is going to contain single word vocabulary. So in this case, you see these blue buttons. They are going to open up to specific food and drink items. You also are going to see some formulaic phrases. So phrases like I'm hungry or what are my choices? Here are message builders. So these are the buttons that you're seeing in orange. These are going to be words or short phrases that can be used in combination with single words. So this will give you some flexibility around communication. For example, I might say, I want food. So really efficient, quick communication. We know that expressing needs and wants can be very motivating for someone learning to use AAC. And those types of interactions, especially during daily activities, is more concrete for communication partners. So when you're using TD Snap Express, you can generate full messages through a combination of both words and phrases, just like we've done here with I want food. So our hope is that it will feel less overwhelming to someone. And we really want to take away the pressure of having, perfect grammar and word usage. Each theme also has space to add customized vocabulary. So every now and then you're going to see just kind of like a blank space here. You can add vocabulary here. You can add them also within the blue buttons, or, if you need more room, you can create an additional page by selecting the green arrow. So over here, speaking of the arrows, let's talk about navigation. So once you're in a theme, like we are here with food and drink, the toolbar will have a back, a forward, and a home button. So back and forward buttons basically allow you to navigate to multiple pages to get to more vocabulary. And this green arrow is going to disappear if there are not more pages to navigate to. And then the yellow home button will take you back to the home page with all of your theme options. So thinking about themes, these were really designed so once you are in a theme or folder, if you will, the communicator should be able to express their wants and needs in 2 to 3 word phrases. And those can typically be composed in only 1 to 3 selections. So that makes for communication that's simple, easy, it's quick to learn and use in the moment. So let's go back to our 2 communicators that we talked about. And let's check in with James. So James started using TD Snap Express with one of his favorite themes, entertainment. He loves watching movies and TV shows, so he identified symbols from his favorite shows and movies and started communicating about them right away. With that type of success, he was actually more motivated to explore other themes. And using TD Snap Express, his family and support team have been thrilled to see him express other interests that they had not known about. Now, for Maria, she, remember, she's using this kind of more of an inpatient medical setting. And so she's communicating her basic needs to her care team, supporting her recovery. She's also using the feelings theme so she can tell her children how much she loves them. And then over time, as she starts to regain her strength, she's actually started typing out unique phrases on the keyboard to express more complex messages. Another feature I want to talk about for a moment is this chat feature here on the toolbar. So with its location, you can access this feature really quickly. These are going to be those short words and phrases that are helpful really in any context. So things like yes or no or I don't know. If we go back to the home page, we've talked about the chat feature. You can see the keyboard. I want to briefly look at the dashboard. So this is an example of what you would see in the dashboard. I want to point out, though, this page can absolutely be customized to meet the needs of the communicator, but a few tools to point out. You'll have access to things like volume controls, a mute button. You can access a folder that will house different books and photos, so you can add stories or photographs of family members, people, places, really nice templates that live within the TD Snap software for just easy editing and personalization. The whiteboard, I love the whiteboard. This is a place where the communicator and communication partner can draw. You can write, you can add photographs. It's kind of like having an electronic sheet of paper. So thinking of Maria, she's in the hospital. Maybe she wants to write down what she's thinking as she's starting to recover, and she may want to ask how her dogs are doing. Visual timer, this is a great place where you can, if we're returning to the dashboard, we have different supports for regulation and autonomy. So like I mentioned, the visual timer, schedules, especially in James' situation where he would use schedules for different routines like washing hands or preparing food. With this integration where he can have his schedules right within the software, James and his support team can have access to these supports within this TD Snap software, and they do not have to carry around any light tech printed options.
1 minute.
All right.
Less than 1 minute.
Ooh, okay. I'm almost there. Rating scales. These are additional supports that you can find right within the home page. So thinking of pain scales and just rating scales in general, if you want to share any opinions. And This is a nice visual of a pain scale, so thinking of Maria using that. All right, and I'm going to wrap this up. So TD Snap Express is designed to provide a very simple, intuitive communication solution. Whether you're just starting out using AAC or if you need a more streamlined approach, and it will be an excellent solution for effective communication and opportunities for growth. Thank you so much.
There we go. It's the Academy Awards.
It really is.
Lauren, thank you so much.